So, hi Hayo, and welcome to the Maestro Online.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's an absolute honour to have you. So, how did your improvisation journey begin? Did you play by ear as a younger person in your origin, or did you learn traditionally and then add improvisation? How did it develop?
Yeah, the whole organ playing with me started with improvisation. I had a school friend, and they had a little very small organ with just 3 octaves, and I was playing on it all the time, and then I got to have it. And after years of improvising, my parents thought, oh, this is not something that's going away. Let's put him into organ lessons, and that was a very good decision. But it started with me just what I heard, what I tried and found out. I had my own chord system. I've forgotten all about it, but I can remember that I had a whole chord system developed already before going to actual organ lessons.
And who became your favourite improvisers of all time? Who do you admire and have loved listening to?
Oh, that is a very difficult question, because in fact it has always been the composers that I find interesting. So I would hear for the first time a piece of César Franck, and I was completely flabbergasted by it, and then I wanted to somehow recreate what I've heard. How did he do it? What is the harmonic language? And then Duflé came, and then Alain came, and then Messaeien came, and so the composers were the biggest form of inspiration. And of course, people like Jos van der Kooi in the Netherlands and Pierre Cochereau were very big examples as well.
So, was it easy to find somebody to teach you improvisation at that point when your parents thought, this isn't going away?
Well, I have to say, I never was taught to improvise. So my teachers, they found it very interesting and lovely that I did it, but were not able to teach me that. So in a way, I have taught it myself for years. Only when I started my studies in the Royal Conservatoire in The Hague as a student for organ, I actually got to learn it from a proper teacher, and that was Jos van der Kooi. And he was a very good teacher in a way that he wanted to strip down all the habits that I had and start all over again. But after a while, he said, the things that you've taught yourself, you should never forget them. You have to find a way to combine them. And I thought that was very, very brilliant for him.
What is the most memorable experience of your career as an improviser?
Well, I must say, I think that would be the winning the prize of the Paris competition in 1999. It was the Grand Prix de la Ville de Paris, and at the time I was a student of Naji Hakim, and he said, you have to take part in that competition. So I did, and then I won, and that was a fantastic feeling. The finale was in the Centre Eustache on the console downstairs. I was a student, but not at all well dressed, and there was a lady in French who told me, I think you were the best, but you're not going to win because you were so poorly dressed. So I was really afraid for a while that I might lose the prize because I was so badly dressed. But fortunately enough, the jury was not interested in how I was dressed. So I think that was the most special moment as an improviser.
Now, of course, Naji Hakim is also a globally respected organ composer and improviser. What do you think were the things that you'll always take away for the rest of your life from Naji?
Yeah, I remember very well that after the first lesson already, he said to me, you're a composer. And I found it very nice, but also I wondered what does he mean with it. And during the course of the lessons, I learned what he meant. That the approach of improvisation, as if it was composition, is exactly what what interests me. And he was very good in being a guide in that process, because he himself is also not just an improviser, but also a very active composer. So that was this combination with what composition could do for your improvisation, and the other way around. I thought it was very special.
He's also known for an enormous range of influences and cultures on
Yes.
his work. Did he bring that to you as well, or was that something he kept for himself?
Well, he in a way, his teaching was very typically French, very in the tradition of L'Anglais, with whom he studied for a very long time. So forms were very important, harmonic language, and he gave some ideas, but he never really wanted you to be a copy of him. So that was a good thing, I think.
And that, of course, is one of the hard arts of teaching improvisation, is
is.
not to tell somebody what to do, but to nurture it out of them so they become more themselves.
Yes, that is very, very true, yeah.
So, as an improviser, where would you like your improvisation to go in the future?
Oh! Well, the things that I am very much interested in is the developing of a personal language. How can I create a language that is really me? Of course, it's never really you. There are always influences, but it's very nice to have your own stamp on it somehow. And the other thing is, how can I, while improvising, see to it that the structure is still good. So in the future, I hope to finally be able to have the ideal combination of it, knowing that it will never happen. And that is a good thing. It should not happen, because then the magic is gone. There should always be this question, yeah, but how? Yeah, but no, but there should always be something missing.
Kind of a heavenly state that we're always aiming to achieve.
Yes, and
Yeah.
we should not want to reach it, because then heaven is not a mystery anymore.
I like that. So, what about practicing improvisation? So, we were chatting earlier about how at one point people often thought that you either could improvise or you couldn't. But clearly people are not born improvising. So if somebody watching this wants to develop their improvisation, how can they practice developing improvisation?
Yeah, practicing improvisation is a messy business, and you should just accept that it is a messy business. Trial and error, fooling around, that's the best thing you could do. Just fool around, but analyze what you've been doing while fooling around, because if you're not analyzing it, then you'll forget it. If you analyze what you did, then you are much more likely to remember it and you reuse it again. In fact, the whole practicing of improvisation is gathering bricks and stones that you put in your brain, and then later when you improvise, you find the bricks and stones again, and you're able to build something out of it. But the practicing is a messy business, and you should just accept it.
So basically you're starting with a box of Lego and rearranging the bricks however you feel at that moment.
That is exactly it. It's a box of Lego, and the more pieces you have, the bigger buildings you can make.
Brilliant. And what would be your pearls of wisdom that you would pass on to somebody who aspires to be a creative organist and improviser, or maybe pianist and improviser, or musician who has a very creative approach?
I think the best thing you could do is varied repetition. So do something, do it again, but do it not exactly the same thing, because then you have as well a structure, but also new ideas. You don't want to just repeat stuff you've already done, but you also don't want to do something new all of the time, because it's like someone who is having a monologue but with no point to go to. So repetition, varied repetition. That is the thing, the wisdom, the secret that I think you should explore.
A form of musical evolution.
Yeah. In fact, yeah.
Fantastic. Now, we shouldn't really have a chat without mentioning this amazing instrument that you are sat by. So just tell us about where we are and the historic importance of this beast.
This beast, yes. We call it the Red Giant because it is red and it's a giant. And it's the organ of the Laurenskerk at Rotterdam. The church was bombed in the war. And before the war, the Laurenskerk also possessed the biggest organ of the country. And after the war, they wanted that title back. So Marcussen built in 1973 this enormous instrument with 85 stops and 4 manuals, and it is the biggest in the country. Its importance is not because it is the biggest one, but it is really a sort of symbol of the rebuilding of the city and rebuilding of the church, and this would be the last phase of the rebuilding of the church. So it is in a way a monument of the rebuilding of the city after the war. It has been played, used very, very often in many concerts and church services, so much that we really need a renovation right now, and that is going to happen a week after this recording. Next week this instrument will not be there because it will be renovated, and we will add some new technology in it, which makes it possible to have a second console downstairs, and of course the the sequencer system, because now everything is mechanical and it's very, very heavy and very hard, and when you want to play a big piece by Rege, then you need at least 4 stop assistants. That will be done after the renovation. So I'm looking very much forward to that. Of course I'm going to miss it for 2 years.
Absolutely, but we're obviously honoured to record on this instrument as the final official thing this organ will have done.
Yes, it
and
will be.
We definitely need to come back and do it again in 2 years and then see what the difference is.
And I invite you cordially to come back again. Yes.
Thank you. If there was a Hayo sign-off lick or sign-off improvisation pattern, could you demonstrate it? What do you think it would be? What would be your sign-off musical idea?
Okay. You want me to play something?
I want a sign-off lick.
A sign-off lick. Well, then we definitely need more stops. Oh. And what I like is to have this broad sound that will build up into a very nice major radiant chord.
almost want to shout yeehaw at the end of that. Thank you, Hayo.